Well, good morning. How are you this beautiful day in the neighborhood? And yes, there is a storm passing through Florida. Don't know about where you live. Excuse me. Although, there's storms of all different kinds going on all over. And it's our attitude that is going to make the difference. There are battles going on inside and outside and all through our world right now. And choosing to see things in different ways will make a difference. With the challenges, we have opportunities to come together in love when a tragedy hits. Because when we have a need, that is when we find humility. At least some of us find humility. And with the challenges that are around us and will be increasing, we need to consider our actions and reactions in how we choose to live, in how we choose to see things. Hello, Carmela. Are you out here to say hi to everybody also? Huh? Yeah. You don't see anybody either. Not on a cold, breezy day that you hear the wind whipping and straps beating on my roof that are holding down a kayak. Just in case the creeks rise. So what's your life preserver? What's your life raft? How are you going to maneuver the challenges? And way back in 2005 is when I was, that was Carmela jumping across my chest. Let me catch my breath. Way back in 2005, after I channeled Katrina and it really freaked me out, I went up to talk to my God up in North Carolina mountains. You know, they say that when you want to talk to God, you go to the mountains. So I went up there, and that message was, out of tragedy, people will come together in love. So, okay, I can accept that, out of bad comes good. So to try to look for the good as soon as possible is a good thing. Now, last week I don't quite remember if I had mentioned someone who was really quite rude to me. And, it's like, okay, sure, yeah, he was black and I'm white. All right, he really didn't know who I was or, whatever. And that was okay. And then yesterday, that same gentleman had a need. And he just got done walking 5 miles and he needed a ride for I think he was like halfway. Well, no, maybe it might have been a little bit more. I think it was like 10 miles. But anyhow, he needed a ride. And there was someone there, and I asked, hey, can you give this guy a ride? And, it was like, no. Not even a think about it. It was an automatic no. Now, whether it was a stranger, whether it was for whatever reason, it really doesn't matter why they said no. And he was quite desperate for a ride. And it's like, you know me, telling the other guy, she knows me, you know me, whereas our only interaction had been a negative one. Out of his need, he somehow knew me. The humility of him stating that he had a need was a calling to me. Though, I try to help as much as I can in whatever power I can, and I counsel and have counseled quite a few people. I don't even know how many people. Every time I, go to one of my sweet spots, like I have been here in Florida. I am put there for a reason, and people in need tend to come and speak with me and get a direction, get an answer, get a solution that they have been looking for. At least it puts a smile on their face, and I think a lighter heart when they, when we do part. That is my goal, to lighten their load. But that lesson yesterday was really interesting because we had spoke on the way down, and I knew that he was a foreigner because of his accent. And he did admit that, he apologized because he didn't know who I was, and he's from West Africa, and he's really not prejudiced. He has a white girlfriend, and it's understandable, and we discussed the division, the intentional division that we are experiencing all around the world. It's not just in one part, but it's all around. And that's that separation and divide. When we talk about what divides us, that's a divide and conquer. And there are those who are trying their damnedest to control the ego, desire of power to control all the people in the world, to go down in the his story books that have not been banned and burned and destroyed in order to recreate his story one more time. And it's like they're doing a pretty good job. I always wondered how they got all those slaves in the past to build these so-called pyramids or whatever they so-called built. How many who complied like lambs to slaughter when it takes one to stand up 2 to stand up, 3 to stand up. There's strength in numbers, and there's more people than there are evildoers. And I was watching what's going on in Paris, where they stormed the headquarters of BlackRock, one of the corporate elitists who are partially responsible in the destruction of people, places, and things. It is where evil doers are located. So research them, BlackRock, and find out why people would want to infiltrate and destroy their headquarters. It's when we, the people, out of tragedy, come together in love that we will create change in society. It is when we, the people, go through great trials and tribulations and have a need as simple as a drink of water, a ride in a vehicle, something to eat, something for their animals to eat, whatever a need is for someone that someone has, and they come to you in humility. Don't make them beg. Accept the fact that out of tragedy, people come together in love. And forgive them of their trespassers as you forget others. You know, they trespassed against you. Because we're human. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And when you have evildoers who wish to control you, who wish to take over your self-will that runs riot, and they think they can do it better for you. Yeah, you are a spiritual being. Wake up and see. Wake up and smell the roses. Even when things are beating on your roof, maybe they are beating the top of your head to put some common sense back in. Common sense that has been dumbed down through weather manipulation, through chemicals in our food and in our medicine and in our skies and in our water and all around us. The thing is, you cannot fool Mother Nature. For those of you who do not remember that great statement, I can remember the statement, but I cannot quite remember the logo, the slogan of the product that it was attached to. I think it was life insurance. Don't really know for sure, but the fact remains, you cannot fool Mother Nature. And when you honor your Mother Nature, your Mother Nature will honor you back. Those who have raped and pillaged and destroyed Mother Nature in your quest for a financial profit, to bring domination over our Mother Earth, well, I don't really want to say, I'm sorry to say, but being that you have to love all, even if you do not have to like them, sorry about your luck, but it's not going to be pretty. Right, Rhodey? Rhodey was just over there complaining to Thomas. Who knows, for whatever reason. And it really doesn't need to be a reason. It's how are you going to choose to live your life? Are you going to choose and live it as peaceful as possible? Are you going to come together in love during a tragedy? I know that when there is a need, it is trying to be as helpful as possible. I'm not saying that that person would have attacked me. I doubt it, because there was too many people there. For the need. I mean, he might have been, rude and showing his ass more so than, the humility that he was expressing because of his need. But that is a question that you're going to have to ask yourself when the time comes. When someone comes to you in humility with their need, are you going to help them? Or if that person in their need forgets that they are a spiritual being, and because you won't help them, and has had enough, and is at their exploding point, will you willingly suffer the consequences when you could have come together in love? Because you never know what hand that feeds you. So don't bite that hand. Don't step on the hand of someone on your way up. Because you never know when you have to bow a knee in humility, seeking love and forgiveness from another. Well, I'm hoping that you heard me and that the wind wasn't too bad whipping through, or the roof banging from the strap that's locked down. People are coming through. They're letting me know someone's here. Stop. Well, anyhow, I guess what I'm saying is, see you, love you, bye.